Fundamental Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, the profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to affirm thus that thus comes one true and actual meaning.
Good, thank you. Wow, you have a good voice. You have a good voice for reading. Okay, okay. We can do 1 minute meditation. Keep your back straight, your neck straight, close your eye. Inhale and exhale to the nose. One inhale and exhale to the nose. You got to keep going. If you see your monkey mind, don't play with it. Just come back to your inhale and exhale. If you lose track of your count, start from one. 1, 2, 3. Turn on your webcam, everyone. Thank you. Alan, turn on your webcam. Everyone, thank you. Okay, sit still. Alan. All right. Alan, Aaron, Ryan,
12,
Neil.
24, 34, 17,
Okay. Then Michelle, Diana, Emmy.
19, 16, 33.
Thank you. Okay. Now we will learn. This is a very good story. This this monk here, he's the chance master, very famous. He lived for 120 years old. Yeah. He passed away in 1959. He very famous monk. Today we will learn about him. Very famous in China. This is this is our grandmaster teacher. And that means, Diana, you just taking the 3 red pill, right? Last Sunday, right? So you can call grandmaster. Okay, the same thing with myself. Grandmaster. Oh, Michelle, what is your Dharma name called?
Thăng Châu.
Oh, Thăng Châu. Oh, okay, got it. Còn Diana, you are Thăng Anh, right?
Yeah.
Thăng Anh. Ryan, what your Dharma name called? Ryan, you know?
Can you repeat that?
What is your Dharma name?
Can you repeat that again?
What is your Dharma name?
The
Dharma name, pháp danh của con á, the Buddhist name. You don't remember? Maybe you did not remember. Your mom may. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. All right. Michelle, go ahead and read. Start from beginning.
Masters
Yan spent his life devoted to the Buddha Dharma. Even as a child, he was not interested in the ways of material world. Through the karma fruits of his previous existence in his cooperating causes with the Dharma were very strong. When he was still in his late teens, Su Yan ordained as a Chan Buddhist monk, eventually passed away in his 120th year. His long life spanned the imperial, republican, and communist eras of Chinese history. He dedicated his life to the restoring of Chinese Buddhism and Buddhist holy sites. In this regard, he is often referred as Han Shan Come Again, out of respect of other great weaver of Chinese Buddhism during the Ming Dynasty. The enlightened
Good.
Chan monks.
Good. The enlightened Chan master Hansan, right? Okay. Chan master, that means the Zen master or the meditator master. Okay. Chan, that means meditation. Okay. The CHAN, it means meditation, or Zen. In Japanese, they call Zen. In Chinese, they call Chan. But actually, it means meditation. Okay. So, tell me what you understand, Michelle.
I understand about Chan Master Yang
Suyen, Suyen.
Yan, and about what he did in his life and why he did that and what and how did he do it and what he did.
Okay. So he became a monk, I think, around when he was 19, I think. He passed away in when he was 120 years old. Okay. And he been through three different era. That means the imperial republican. That means the before. That means that was the time of Ming dynasty. No, that was the time of the king, right? They king dynasty. That means they still have the king, and later on they could become the communist area of Chinese. He dedicated his time to restore the Chinese Buddhism and Chinese Buddhist holy site. That means he rebuilt a lot of temple. He rebuilt, he remodeled, he helped to do that. That's why they refer him as the most famous venerable master called Han San come again. That means in the Ming dynasty around 1546 to 1623. That's where this venerable master lived. Okay. All right. Emmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, read that.
In the year of 1901, no, no, there
1900 and 1901.
1900 and 1901, North China was caught up in the trauma of the box uprising, a martial arts base
The spiritual life
spiritualite movement to remove the food.
foreign
Voting
colonial
colony
uh, and from China
from China. This
were viewed
will the causing the fame
sparing
drought
civil
the
unrest.
citizen oh my
China
China at the turn of the
century.
century bustled down a
Shandong
Shandong
At this time,
Master
Sun Yu, Su Yin, Su Yin
Sun Yin, Sun Yin
was
was confronted by a
foreign
Trojan soldier who pointed a gun at him and asked if he was afraid to die.
Su Yin.
Julian replied that if it was his time to die at the hands of the soldiers, then go ahead and shoot. Hearing this, the soldier allowed
Su Yin.
Julian to leave without time hindrance. He traveled.
Okay, good. Stop right there. Okay. This was the time that the China were in the chaos. That means a lot of foreigner from different many different countries come over. They try to cause the China a lot of problem, and this causing the China famine. Famine that means go hungry. Okay, people go hungry. Drought that means no raining for many a month or maybe a year. So that means when it drought, that means nothing can grow, right? No vegetable will grow at this time. Civil unrest, that means a lot of people they no peaceful at that time, so the citizen cannot live in peace. Okay, that's what it means. And in here, they also talk about Master Xu Yin one time confronted by the foreign soldier pointed gun at him. He asked him, "Are you afraid? Were you afraid of dying?" He said, "Well, if I'm going to die at your hand, go ahead and shoot me." And that's why they allow him to leave without problem. Okay, that's good. All right, Nila.
He traveled to
Beijing.
Beijing just as the collective for armies were destroying the Boxer's force and stacking Beijing itself. The imperial family fled westward to Xi'an, taking Su Yun with them. Shortly after his arrival, Su Yun climbed Mount Zhongnan. Zhongnan built himself a hut and changed his name to Su Yun so as to avoid detection and meditate in peace. As Master Su Yun had traveled into the wilderness between mountains, and considering that he did not wish to be known to the world that is becoming an instational cloud, it follows that this time he drifted like a cloud in the space between the mountains.
Okay, good. Stop right here. Okay, so basically, um, when the foreign army come and try to destroy a lot of things in China, and the inferior family, that means the royal family, that was the king, right? That they are the king dynasty. They have the royal family, so they let away. That means they run away from those, and they take King Su Jin with them. After they arrive, right, he came up to the mountain. They call Chung Nan. He built himself a hut. That means he stay in there, and he changed his name to Su Yin. So he avoid all the people to know him, right? So he can meditate in peace, right? And you know what? He traveled into the wilderness between mountains. That means he only traveled within the mountain, from one mountain to the other by walking, okay? And he wished not to know to be known to the world. And that's why he called himself just like the cloud that follow like the cloud in the space between the mountain. That means the cloud can travel to space, right? Remember, Emmy, your Dhamma name is Thăng Vấn. Vấn that means cloud. Cloud that means travel freely in the space. That's what it means. Okay? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Son.
The name Su Yung then refers to not a cloud empty of all content, as in Song Yung, but rather to a cloud that is free to move as it pleases within the empty space it occupies. When Kanchan, Master Zhu Yung, was 43 years old, he thought he had left
Son, before that, read it.
the
The Chan must.
Chan, Master Zhu Yun Zunyan 3 steps, one bow to repay the debt of gratitude to his parents. When Chan, Master Zhu Yun, was 43 years old, he thought he had left home to practice the Buddhist way for more than 20 years, but his spiritual attainment had not yet been completed. As he was still drifting about, he felt very ashamed. To pay back his debt of gratitude to his parents, he decided to go on pilgrimage to Puto in the east and thence to Mount Wu Tai, 5-peak mountain in the north.
Okay, good. Stop right there. So basically, in here, right? That means he decided to do the three step one bow, 3 step one bow. You know what does that mean? Who know? 3 step one bow. Who know? Michelle, you know?
I think it is like when you take a step, then you bow, and then you keep going until you reach something.
No, that means he walked 3 steps and he do one bow. Every 3 step he bow down. Every 3 step he bow down. That's what we call 3 step and one bow. Does that make sense to you, everyone? Is that easy to do?
It would be very tiring.
Oh, very tired, right. But he's not tired. I will show you the picture, 3 step, one bow. Maybe I need to do that. Let me see if I have the picture in here somewhere. Um, well, three step, one bow. Hmm. Okay, three step, one bow. You see that? Okay, that is that easy to do?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Yes? Can you do that?
yeah, yeah. It seems easy.
Too easy?
It seems easy.
Can how many three step, one bow can you do in 5 minutes?
I don't know.
You know what? Okay, all right. Easy. All right, now we can keep going our learning. Okay. Uh, eh, Diana, did I call you to read it?
No.
Okay, read it. Okay. Now let me see. On the first day of the seventh lunar month,
On the first day of the seventh lunar month, he set out from the thatched temple of Fahua carrying burning incense. On the way to Wutai, he vowed to prostrate himself at every third step on his long journey until his destination had been reached. Day to prostrate and night to rest, wind and rain in the morning and evening. Just like that, bowing, even suffering hunger and thirst, not forgetting mindfulness.
okay,
Not
good. Stop right here. Stop right here. You know what does it mean?
no.
No? Wow. You answered right away. Okay. On the first day of the seventh lunar month, that means the first day of the July, okay? But July in the lunar calendar. He set out, that means he start from the Fawa temple to Futai, okay? And he vowed to prostrate, that means he vowed to bow, okay? Himself at every third step on this long journey until his destination has been reached. It means that every third step he bowed down. That means every three steps he bowed down. One, okay, that's what it means. Day he he prostrate. That means day he bow, and night he rest. Right? Wind and rain in the morning and evening, just like that. Bowing doesn't matter. It's wind, rain. He keep going. Even suffering, even hunger, even thirsty, he not forget about mindfulness. That means he keep doing regardless what the weather is. Is that easy to do, Emmy?
What?
Is that easy to do?
Um.
When we bow, even though it's raining and wind, and when we are hungry or thirsty, can you be able to bow?
I think so.
You think so? Wow, you're good, man. You are very good, man. All right, all right. Diana, go ahead. We'll continue.
Master Su Yun narrated his journey of the three steps, one bow as the follows. In December of that year, I prostrated on every third step until reaching the Tai ferry on the Yellow River wharf. On the first day, I slept at a hostel. On the second day, I crossed the river, but after walking for a while, it got dark, so I did not dare to go anymore. The place was very desert, deserted. There were no people on all sides, only a small thatched hut lying on the side of the road. I stopped there for resting, sitting cross-legged, and meditating.
Okay, good. Do you know what it mean?
No.
Wow, no. Okay, narrated his journey of the three steps, one bow and the following. That means he retell the story about how he do it. Okay, he said that on December of that year, he prostrated. That means he bowed on every third step. That means three bow, one step, until he reached Taisia ferry on the Yellow River War. On the first day, that means after he reached that on the first day, I slept at the hostel. On the second day, he crossed the river. But after walking for a while on the second day, it get dark. So he did not dare to go anymore, right? Then the place was very desert. That means no people on any side, right? So, but there only a small hut. That means it's a small hut. That means what you call? Okay, let me show you what is the look like. Yeah, yeah. You see this? This is what we call the small hut. Just like this. Okay, or something like this. Okay, okay, got it. Okay, all right. And you know what? He stopped here and resting, sitting cross-legged and meditation. That means he sit cross his legs together and do the meditation in the hut. Is that easy to do when you are nobody there at night?
No,
Is that scary, right? It's very scary.
very scary.
What do you think, Emmy? Can you do that if no one around you?
What?
Can you? This is a place that he stay and resting. Did you pay attention to it, Emmy?
I kind of did, but I don't. But I couldn't hear What was your question?
Okay. Is that easy to stay at the place that no people there? Can you do the meditation at that place when there are no people?
I think so. You just have to keep calm.
Oh, really? Wow. You don't afraid that no one there?
I'm afraid.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
It's a tool.
Very scary. Okay. All right. Catherine, go ahead. In the evening.
In the evening, it was cold to the bone and it was snowing heavily. The next day, when I opened my eyes, I saw that the snow was a meter thick. The four sides were white, like the world of lapis lazuli. I couldn't see the way anymore, so I had to sit there and recite the Buddha's name. Because the thatched hut has no wall, the wind blows cold, so I had to try and sit in a small corner to avoid the cold. Snow continues to fall, the wind continues to blow, but I controlled the breath, staying mindful.
Okay,
Three
go.
days and three.
Stop right here. Stop right here. Okay. You see this? Let me go back. Okay. The third hub have no wall. This is the third hub right here. This is the one he's talking about. No wall, right? And it was a lot of snow, right? That means a lot of snow. Is that cold when you have a lot of snow? Ethan, Ethan, ma'am,
Yes.
do you think that when there are a lot of snow and there is no wall, it is cold, very cold?
Definitely. You would freeze to death if you had like not much clothes on.
Yeah, you know what he managed, how he managed? Well, the wind flow very cold, right? And he have to try the best to sit in a small corner to avoid the cold, right? You see that? He have to do the meditation, but he have no place to go, right? There no place to go. He have to stay there to continue do the meditation. Okay, that interesting. Okay, David, 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 David.
Yes.
Okay, read this one. Let's see, where are we? Hold on. The snow continue to fall.
The snow continues to fall. The wind continues to blow, but I controlled the breath, stayed mindful. 3 days and 3 nights passed. The snow was still falling the same. The cold was the same, and gradually I fell into a coma at noon.
On Friday, the snow stopped falling and the sun would dim. But keep going. Okay, what happened? Okay, Ethan,
Yeah.
because I was exhausted, I could not get up. Okay, on Saturday morning,
A few beggar came and saw me lying in the snow, and I asked,
and asked a few questions.
but I could not answer, knowing that I was seriously ill. He brushed off the snow, lit a fire with the straw, and cooked porridge with yellow rice for me to eat. I finished eating. I sweated, my energy recovered. The beggar asked, For your
Frustrating.
what do you want me to pray for? Dear sir, I do not no. Dear sir, I did not see my mother when I was born. My purpose of my prostrating to dedicate my Mertis for repaying my debt of gratitude for my mother's kindness.
Okay, stop right here. Do you understand what you just read? Hmm?
No, not at all.
No. Okay. On Saturday, right? That means the snow keep going, and on Saturday, that means the beggar came and saw him lying in the snow because the hut have no wall, right? That means the snow coming into the hut. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Then he lying on the snow, and when the beggar saw him and asked a few questions, but he could not be able to answer it because he was seriously ill, right? Seriously ill. So the beggar rushed off the snow, lit a fire with straw, and cooked poultry with yellow rice for him to eat. After he eating, the sweat come out, his energy be able to recover. The baker asked, for your prostrating, what do you want to pray for? Prostrating, that means bowing, okay? For your bowing, what do you want to pray for? And he said, Dear sir, that means the master said, Dear sir, I did not see my mother when I was born. My purpose of my prostrating to dedicate my marriage for repay my debt of gratitude for my mother kindness. You know what does that mean? Who know? Michelle, you understand this?
Yeah, may kind of.
What he tried to say? The master, what he tried to say?
He wants to say that he wants to repay his mother, but he did not see his mother when he was born. He wanted to repay his gratitude to his mother's kindness.
But how he repay?
By prostrating.
Bowing, prostrating, that means bowing. Bowing. 3 step, one bow. That's what it means. He do the 3 step, one bow for a very long time in order to hopefully that he use the merit that he generated from the bowing. When you do the bowing, what is the good thing? How do we generate the merit when we do the bowing? Who know? Who know? Lana, you know?
No.
Okay. Who know? Okay. Anyone know? Help me. Okay. When you bowing, the good thing is we try to become humble, right? You understand the word humble, humbleness? Who know?
I
What,
know.
what is that?
Humble means to not brag, and if you know you can do something, just keeping it to yourself.
Yeah, humble. That means you, even though you are very good, right? But you don't show off. You always well, you always respect other, even though the other people they are not good, not better than you, but you still respect them. That's what we call humble, very humble. Uh, you know what? When we bowing, that means our head touch the ground. It represents the humbleness. Does that mean make sense? Okay. And due to the humbleness, we be able to generate the marriage. Does it make sense? And the marriage you generate from that due to your sincerity. Therefore, we can use that. He used this marriage to transfer the marriage to his mom kindness. So she be able to be born into the good land, right? Into the Buddha land, basically. That's what he wants. Does it make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's good. Let me move on. All right. Uh, Ethan, Ethan, are you ready to read next thing for me? The road is still far.
The road is still far, but it is cold when carrying such heavy luggage. When will you get to high? I advise you to give up and stop bowing like that. Thank you for your advice, but the vow is predetermined and could not be abandoned. Vows like you are hard to make. Now the snow has not melted. It is impossible to find a way. You should temporarily follow my footsteps and go about 40 miles to Bon Queen. There is a temple to rest.
Okay, good. Stop right there. That means if okay, do you understand what you just read? Tell me, Ethan.
What did he say?
Can you tell me what you what do you understand from your reading? Mm-hmm.
Someone tells the other person to go to the Someone told this other person to go to the temple and rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the baker, right? The baker advised him. What he advised? What the baker advised the master to do? What did he advise the master to do? Do you know?
I forgot.
You forgot here, right here. Right here that he said that the road is still far and it's very cold, right? Carrying such a heavy luggage. When will you get to the full time? That means the destination. I advise you, that means the baker, I advise you to give up and stop bowing like that. That means he want the master to give up and stop bowing. You know what the master say? Tell me what the master say.
Thank you for your advice, but the vow is predetermined and could not be abandoned.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that means, okay. Okay, so thank you for your advice, but my vow I already make, I could not abandon. That's what it means. And he said that the baker said that your vow like the vow like you hard to make because it's very tough to complete. Now the snow is not melt. It is impossible to find a way. You should temporarily follow my footsteps. About 40 miles to Mong Nguyen, they a temple to rest. You see, that means if you want to go 40 mile, you know how long? It's very long, right? And you know what? 3 miles, one step. It's not easy. It's not easy. All right. Who did not have a chance to read? Alan, did I call you?
Not yet.
Okay. We bid farewell.
We bid farewell as the snow was deep. I could not pro- prostrate myself as I had before, but only looked at the footprints to pay my respects. On the third day of January, I arrived at a little Nanhai town. Since I didn't know where to spend the night, I I had to leave the town to sleep by the roadside. That night, I felt severe gripping pains in my belly. The next morning, I also tried to continue the prostrate, but in the afternoon, my body caught a very bad cold and began to suffer from the
Uh,
dysentery. In the following days, I still tried to prostrate myself until the 13th day I came to Hung Shelling. On the top of the deserted mountain, only a, a ruined temple without a roof. At that time, I was exhausted. I couldn't walk anymore, so I had to stop in there without food. Day and night, I stood
that's good
a
enough. Okay, that's good enough. Do you understand what you just read?
No, not really.
Not really. Wow. Okay, let me quickly explain to you. Okay. Okay. Well, he farewell to to the baker, and you know what? The snow very deep, and he could not be able to bow forward, right? So what he did is he walked. Okay, he do backward. That means he walked 3 steps forward, and he bowed down by turning his back, by turning his head back to the. He bowed to his footprint. That means he turned his back, right? So he bowed to his footprint to pay his respect. On the third day of January, he arrived at the little Nang Hai town. Since he did not know where to spend the night, and he had to leave the town and to sleep by the roadside. You see that? When he do the 3 bow, right? If he have no place to stay, he will sleep on the roadside. Is that easy? Easy thing to do?
No.
No, it's not at all. So, but okay, all right, everyone, we stop right here. I think it. You see that he do this. What the purpose for he doing this? He do this because he want to repay his mom kindness. You see, he was a very famous Chan master in China in the 19th century and 20th century. Okay, and you see, for those even the Buddha and as well the monk, they always respect the parent. We should do the same thing. Always respect our parents. All right. Let's say. Let's say. Okay. Aaron, may I? Oh, we already time over. Can we say 1, 2, 3? We stop right here. 1, 2, 3. Nam mô A Di Đà Phật con.
Con chào thầy. Thầy.
Phải chào thầy, cảm
Chào thầy, cảm ơn thầy.
Okay, okay, thank you, bro.